Hey guys, this is Jackie the Color Diva here again. Listen, are you looking to get color service in the near future? If so, here's a couple of things that I want you to know and that you need to know prior to you getting a color service in the salon. First of all, when you decide to get color in the salon, you need to have a full consultation. Within that consultation, the stylist is going to ask you, and I want you to be prepared for when the stylist asks you these questions. So these are some of the tips that I'm going to give you. Have at least 3 inspirational pictures of the hair coloring service that you want or the tone that you want. And make sure the 3 pictures that you choose is similar to the hair that you have right now. Like if you have a short bob, make sure those pictures is indicating a short bob. If you have long hair, make sure your pictures is showing, inspiration pictures is showing long hair. If you have locks, make sure the inspiration picture is showing locks. Because it's nothing like showing inspirational pictures of something that you want, but you don't have that. For example, if you have locks in your hair and you're showing someone that has blonde short hair, it's not going to look the same. You like that picture because it has blonde short hair. You have locks. Your picture and your results are going to be totally different. So it's not going to look the same. So if you want it to look the same, make sure you are looking at inspirational pictures that looks like the hair that you have. So and also hair doesn't show the same on curly hair or straight hair, locked hair or straight hair, locked hair or short hair, natural hair or straight hair. It doesn't show the same. The color doesn't reflect the same way, and different colors doesn't reflect the same way. So make sure you're picking pictures of what you want and it's similar to what you already have in your hair as far as the lengthwise, okay? That way you're not confused and you're not going to be disappointed in your end results. That's one. Make sure that you are in the budget that you want, because color is not cheap. Color is a commitment. Color is something that you're going to have to keep coming back to the salon to get regular maintenance services. If you're not coming to the salon, we're going to refer you to products that we use in the salon to take home to make sure you're keeping that hair in optimum condition. So you want to make sure that you have the budget to be able to commit to your coloring services, because color, again, is not a cheap service, especially if you're going to someone that's a color specialist that has years and years of education and experience. Their color is not going to be their color price is not going to be the same price as someone that has been doing hairstyling for 5 years, or they're not really experienced in hair coloring services. So the colors are going to be totally different. So if you know someone that went to a salon, they only paid $150 at that salon, but here at this salon, the person has more than 20 years experience. They are very good in their education. They're making sure they're taking educational services and they have the knowledge of hair color. They're going to charge you way more for your coloring services. So just be prepared for that. So also the time commitment that you're going to be committed in the salon, because again, color takes time. So if you're in a rush, I suggest you not get color services that day. We want to make sure you have adequate time in the salon to get the services done. So I always ask you, how much time can you be in a salon? Because sometimes color services can take 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, depending on what you're getting done. So you want to make sure you have adequate time in the salon. And we're always going to tell you to come in to get services afterwards, because we want to make sure your hair is prepared prior to and after. So if we're telling you that you can't get your hair colored today, but we need you to come into the salon and get your treatments to strengthen your hair in order to get that coloring service, then that's what we need you to do, because we're only telling you for your benefit. We want to make sure you have healthy, beautiful hair before and after. So we want to make sure that you maintain that coloring by making sure you're coming in the salon. If you're a regular client, I want to always prepare your hair first before you get that coloring service. Then we're going to also ask you a couple of questions. Like, I have hair color intake form that I always have my clients fill out before they even get the service, during their consultation. So I can look at the form and already have some questions answered before I even talk to them about their color consultation. So these are some of the questions that I ask in my form. So I'm going to look at my computer because I have it on here. First, I'm asking, have you had coloring services before? And if so, what was your experience with your coloring service? Have you ever had an allergic reaction? Because we're going to make sure we give you a patch test, allergic test beforehand, before you get your coloring service. Because some people are allergic to color. So we want to make sure to avoid any color mishaps. We're going to give you an allergic test prior, 48 hours to 24 hours prior to you getting that color. So if you had been allergic to coloring before, we want to make sure that we're not saying you can't get color, because there's ways around that. So as a professional, we know how to do that. What is your budget? Again, all depending on who you're going to, they have tiers. So my tiers are $100 to $250, $251 to $400, $400 to $700, $700 and up. So I'm asking you, what is your budget prior to? So that will determine what kind of coloring services you can get according to your budget. How often do you visit the salon? Weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, every quarter, once a year. That will determine if you're going to get coloring or not. If you just come in once a year, I'm sorry, I can't give you that coloring service because I don't know what you're doing with your hair within that year, okay? And I might can give you it all depends. I could probably give you a demi-permanent or something like that, or semi-permanent color, but I'm not going to give you no high lift lines or anything like that if I'm only seeing you once a year. How soon are you looking to get your coloring service? Are you looking to get it next week, month, whatever? So this is in my form. I always say, please provide inspirational pictures of what you're looking for. And I'm also, if I'm doing it over online or on a Zoom call, because we can do them on Zoom, so you don't have to come in, I'm asking you to submit 4 pictures of your hair, your front, the back, and both sides, so I can see what I'm working with. Again, how much time are you devoting in the service? And then once that color consultation, once you fill out all that information, I can see exactly what you're looking for. You already gave me your inspirational pictures. We already talked about budget. We already talked about how often you're coming to the salon. That will determine what technique and what type of coloring service we're going to do in the salon. Okay? So to avoid any color mistakes, to avoid any disappointment, these are the questions that your stylist should be asking, or you should be asking your stylist prior to you getting coloring services. And the things that you need to be doing. Example, getting the pictures of the inspiration pictures that you want. Okay? Letting them see your hair prior to. Taking an allergy test prior to your coloring service, so you make sure you're not allergic to the color. Knowing what your budget is, knowing what products to use after you get the coloring service, because you can't use all products. You have to use certain products that is good for your color and for your hair once you get your coloring service. Because it's nothing like getting an amazing coloring service, then you go home and use the wrong products on your hair, and you're wondering why your hair has breakage, or the color is not staying, or it's just looking dull and unattractive. So you want to make sure you use the right products on your hair after you get your coloring service, so that you can maintain healthy, beautiful hair at all times. Okay? And just know that consultations are not free. We're taking 30 minutes, maybe sometimes 45 minutes, to make sure that we're thoroughly understanding what you need and what your end results are. Your consultation is not going to be free. There is going to be a fee for your color consultation. So don't be surprised when your stylist tells you that it's a fee for this color consultation, because we are taking the time, 30 minutes or more, to go over your coloring choices go over the questions that we have to ask you, making sure we're doing the ology test, making sure that if we have to do a strand test on your hair, we can do it at that time. That strand test is going to let us know what you have in your hair, you know, how the color is going to take, all of that stuff. So those are important steps to determining when you're going to get colored and how you're going to get colored. So these are things that you need to know if you're deciding to get colored. So I hope this information was helpful to you. If you're not getting that done in the salon, let your stylist know these are some of the things that you know that will help you understand what color and what services that you can get. So I hope this was helpful to you. I hope if you have any questions, comment below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. So